What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jay Williams with the Muscle Mentality Podcast, and today our topic that we're going to cover will be fasting. What is fasting, you might ask? Fasting, regardless of if you're talking about nutrition or anything that you might be trying to fast from, would be considered going without. Regardless of time, it's going without. So when we talk about fasting, fasting first came about in religious practices. The way that we talk about it nowadays, it didn't just start from nutrition. It started from not doing the things that we are addicted to. And it's teaching us how to sustain from those things, to allow our mind, to allow our body to reset, to refocus on the priority, on what's important in life. Now, outside of religious purposes, nowadays, probably within the last 15, 20 years, fasting has grown exponentially. And with it growing exponentially, as everybody is starting to take care of their health, their fitness, we want to use fasting to make it a little bit easier to reach certain goals. And now when you're fasting from your nutrition to reach certain goals, all fasting is doing is allowing you time to where you're not consuming anything. Some people do just a water fast. Some people won't drink or eat anything. Some people would just do the water fast so they're not eating anything, having calories. So the reasons why I fast is because of I'm a person that wants to learn about myself more and more each day. My goal is to learn something new each day. And we all have vices in our life that make us want to indulge on multitudes of things that's in our life, that's easy access, because as a human, it's human nature to want to be comfortable. And we don't want challenge. We don't like anything to be different. We want consistency. We naturally want consistency when it comes down to feeling safe, not being in harm, and living comfortably. So we don't want to risk a lot of things. Now, when it comes down to your nutrition and why I fast, I foremost want to fast because mentally I want to be strong, to know that these different vices that I have in my life that sometimes I'm anchoring on to, I'm holding on to in life, it allows me to develop strength. It allows me to develop going without and still being strong, and knowing that this certain thing that's in my life, for example, let's use nutrition. The food that I eat doesn't have control over my life. I have control over it and what goes and what comes out of my mouth. So when I'm fasting to mentally be stronger. I'm also fasting because of my gut health. And my gut health, your gut health, I would say that's really like your first brain. Some people argue first, some people argue second brain, because your mind and your gut brain communicates with one another. So there's signals that's going to tell your brain, your gut is going to signal to your brain to let you know, hey, I'm hungry. And then you're going to make that mental decision to say, hey, let's go get food. Hey, our body is hungry. Now, there's signals that are in our body that we're just so accustomed to, like food is an addiction for us. And how can I, as an individual, not allow food to be my addiction? That mental standpoint, I am allowing my fasting to make myself stronger, to say, hey, Jay, you aren't hungry, you're just addicted. So I want that vice, I want this food to cure whatever craving that I do have. And if you're allowing food to be determining your health outcomes, the things that you do mentally, knowing that a lot of these foods that we're eating, might not be the best for us, but we're still having them because we're addicted to those things. So we're addicted to sugar, we're addicted to fat, we're addicted to sodium. And how can you overcome those things? Is by going without for a while, allowing your mind, your gut, your body to readjust. And if you allow your body and mind to readjust, you won't tend to crave those things. So if you're someone who's craving sugar, you're craving alcohol, all those things, if you give yourself the time to go without and fast, you're allowing your body, you're allowing yourself to become stronger and to know that, hey, I control the things that go in my mouth. I control what I do in life, and versus not being able to control what happens to me. I control what happens to me, not something else controlling what happens to me. And other reasons on top of those is, yes, the benefits of being able to shed some body fat. A lot of people like to do it to lose weight, but personally, I don't like to say weight loss. I like to say losing fat. Why? Because weight can come from muscle and it can come from fat. It can come from water weight as well. So let's make sure that we're losing the weight. We're losing the weight in the right places. So let's focus on making sure that we're maintaining muscle, or if not building muscle, while the weight is coming down. If those two things are accounted for each time that you jump on the scale and through your day-to-day life, then you know it's the fat that's bringing the weight down. You're actually losing fat. And that is the key, to keep as much muscle as possible, if not build muscle, and shed the fat off to become your most optimal thriving self. And so with my fasting, what I've been doing lately, so last week I did a 24-hour fast. Me and my wife, my community, I sent out a community text, hey, join me on this fast. A lot of people done it. A lot of people actually turned the 24-hour fast into a 48-hour fast. Very excited. A lot of them didn't do it, but they was like, hey, Jay, I just wasn't thinking about food. And what I want to say with my experience with doing the 24-hour fast, I usually do the 18-hour fast. Usually it's always going to be 12. Usually I do like an 18-hour fast to where I'm skipping breakfast, having a later lunch, and having dinner. But this time, last week, I had ate breakfast and lunch, and I skipped dinner. So then I didn't eat so I stopped eating about 1 o'clock. Yeah, I stopped eating at about 1 o'clock on Tuesday. And I didn't eat again till 2 o'clock on Wednesday, me and my wife, Kenzie. So what we've learned through that experience is that although we ate breakfast and lunch, and we sustained from eating dinner, Tuesday night when it was time to have dinner, we weren't hungry. We just knew that it was time to eat. And we got to think about it. It was like, we were really not even hungry. And that just showed us, hey, we're very familiar with just going about our days. We're very familiar with just not taking risk, not allowing ourselves to have a natural threat in our life. So when our mind is set to, we don't want risk. We don't want to have that fight or flight. So when it comes down to your nutrition, we are so addicted to these vices, these foods, is that we weren't hungry, and our mind told us that it was still time to eat without our gut, without our stomach even growling yet. Because we just knew, hey, it's this certain time of day, we know that we need to eat. So we overcame that. And of course, as we got later into the night, we did start to feel, hey, we could eat something. Stomach started talking to us, but it wasn't a hunger to where we couldn't control it, drink some water, and go right to sleep. So and you don't feel your hunger while you're sleeping. So we went to sleep. Of course, we drank plenty of water, electrolyte water. So as we was drinking our water throughout the day, throughout the night leading into Wednesday morning, we didn't feel hunger. Our bodies was starting to adjust to using the fuel, the fat that's on our body, the carbs that's in our system as fuel to use because nothing was coming in. So if nothing comes in, your body has to take away from something. You don't want it to take away from muscle, and it won't take away from muscle that fast. Over time, it could if you're going prolonged fast. But with that's going into this 24-hour, 48-hour fast, your body won't start to use the muscle as fuel. It'll continue to use the fat as fuel and the carbs that you might have in your system. So we got through it easy, and it was my wife's first time, so I'm very proud of her. I'm sure she'll see this video, or she might skip it, but she may or may not see this video, but she killed it. And for her to go through this fasting and only doing 12 to maybe 16-hour fast at the most, jumping right into a 24-hour fast, it was scary for her. But with the guidance, with having me as her coach and helping guide her along and doing it together, allowed her to thrive in those moments to where she wasn't actually starving. So now she actually knows once I first feel that hunger, I don't have to listen to it. Drink some water and go about my day, stay busy. And then once I know that I'm not truly hungry, because it's just me being addicted to what's making me want more food, is allowing her to overcome that fear of not eating. It allows her to overcome those mental breakthroughs that she was able to have, because that was a huge win, because she overcame that addiction in just 24 hours. Just saying, hey, that I have control over what my body does, not what my body does for me. So I'm controlling what goes in my mouth. I'm controlling what goes in my mind, and having that mindset towards fasting or getting through fasting and overcoming those things, and having that mindset after, allow her to become a better, stronger version of herself all through fasting for 24 hours. So I would challenge all you guys to fast.